Well, guys, welcome back to my bench. It has been too long. Like I said, I moved and I made that video. I didn't have too much time in between. I had all my hobby stuff packed up, but I finally was able to sit down and build a model. The one I decided to do was this little 172 Tamiya kit. FW19A-3. I got this kit from the Kit Links open warehouse or open house because normally they just do online, but I live close enough to the warehouse they do them on Saturdays sometimes. Anyway, so this kit was actually really old from where I got it, I'm assuming. Let's take it up here a little bit because the decals seem kind of faded. So, sorry guys, just getting the new camera set up here. So the decals I was a little worried about, and they did end up breaking a little bit, but this actually comes on one sprue like this in the box. And then there is the wing section is actually its own sprue, kind of. Let's see. Yeah, so this portion right here is its own somewhat kind of a sprue, but it's your standard Tamiya fare. You've got your paint guide. You know, really nice instructions. I'm not a big fan of the accordion style, but it's fine. So super simple kit. There was no extra parts. You know, after not really being able to build for a couple of months, it was nice to just have like a simple kit to do. So let's actually take a look at what I have, and I kind of want to go over how I did it. Okay, so here it is. I think it looks, all things considered, really nice. I want to be careful here, just because this little ladder piece, I have broken it off at least 4 or 5 times, as well as the pedo here. So I'm gonna try not to handle up there. So yeah, we've got the this is my first actually splinter camo, I guess they call it, attempt. I think it turned out okay. Didn't go exactly as planned, but I'm really happy with how it looks. They really went all out on their paint schemes. Let's see if we can get you in here. The Germans really went all out on their paint schemes. You know, the modeling was really fun. So what did I use for the light gray? I actually mixed up a color I didn't have called German light gray, which was just Tamiya light gray with white and some light blue mixed in for the sides here. And then I used the German gray for the dark gray, and then black green from Tamiya for the green. And for the underside, I used light blue, and then yellow, obviously, for the tail and under the nose. I got this Kaizo surfacer to try. This is thick, and it is 30 milliliters. the the minimum on these is 3 parts thinner to 1 part paint. So I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this. It is a lacquer. So honestly, if anybody doesn't like to have to buy primer all the time, this is gonna last a long time. The cockpit, I got some of this MRP stuff I wanted to try. It ended up being super close, almost exactly to this Tamiya one, so I probably could have just used one of the two. And then something I've actually been kind of liking lately is this old, not old, I bought it this year, but kind of old school style enamel testers bottle. This is the flat rubber, just because I wanted a more natural look for doing rubber, since it's not generally, you know, just gloss black. So I've been using that on my tires lately, and I think it turned out pretty well. The decals were all fine except these. Well, let's just zoom in here. These little dotted lines here. You can see this one is pretty straight, but right here at the top along this line, that one broke apart and I had to piece it together. But 2-foot rule on the shelf looks fantastic, you can't even tell. The iron crosses worked really well. They went on just fine, especially these ones. The side decals went on really nice, except for this is actually, oh, you can't even see. This eagle part is actually 2 parts. The head is 1 part, and then the back, I had the back triangle piece here broke off on both sides. But for being a thick Tamiya decal, it actually sat right in nicely. And then the rest of the decals went on fine. I'm gonna zoom out again just so we can see. Whoops. Sorry guys, technical difficulties here. The rest of the decals went on really smooth. I did this in a week after not have been working on models for about a month. So I really like these 172 Tamiya kits. They just go together really nice. There's no real filling. As long as you use your extra thin cement to kind of get a little bead out of your seams, you can just sand it off. You know, if you're someone that likes painting and detailing more than your builds, I really recommend this kit. They still make it. The one I happen to get probably just been in somebody's stash for a while, and then obviously they, you know, ended up at the sale I was at. So the decals were, you know, suspect, but they ended up being fine in the end. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. What have you guys been working on? I know I've been off and on with this channel. Things were just a little sporadic when I lived with my father-in-law. If I, you know, had time to hobby or not, I really had 1 to 2 hours a night there. Just where the location was, you know. Now I'm kind of upstairs. I'm not secluded if I decide to hobby in the middle of the day. But I really enjoyed this build. It looks nice on the shelf. I was a little nervous. Maybe my skills I've learned over the last year would have declined in a way, but it doesn't seem to be the case, at least in this sense. There is something else I'm working on that I'm actually almost done with, so I may do a review on that in a couple of days. But other than that, guys, hopefully you guys are going to have a nice long Memorial Day. But we'll see you in the next one.